You've worked hard to earn and save. Now it's time to make your money work hard for you. This is Empower Your Retirement with Frank and Frankie Guida of A Better Way Financial.
And I'm Heather Branch here with Frank and Frankie asking for their insight on ways to better prepare for your financial future. ABetterWayFinancial.com is where to start the conversation about your retirement plan. We also have links posted in the show notes, so you can just click there. Or again, it's ABetterWayFinancial.com. Fellas, we made it through another holiday frenzied season. It is time to either, well, I guess for Frank, it's time to pack up his wife and head someplace warm. Because if you're, in case you're new to the radio program, the way that Frank keeps happy wife, happy life is by promising Kim Guida at least one weekend away a month in the winter to a warmer climate.
Someplace warm.
To you,
1 week warm is the trend.
I get
He's
it.
starting it.
I get it. I respect it entirely. For the rest of us who, have retirement on the brain, maybe we're not taking so many vacations because we're trying to save. We're squirreling away our acorns and working on it and then settling down for long winter's naps in the meantime. But for a lot of people, January is about a time to a reset, right? It's a time to reflect on the past year, where we headed in the new year. Do you guys where are you with New Year's resolutions? I feel like there's a 50-50 balance. People either are into them or they're like, nope, don't participate.
I like to do it. As you know, I'm a planner.
Yeah. Well, literally the title of your work. You are a certified financial planner. So, yeah.
Yes. So I love planning things. I love seeing, what are the goals for this year? I make all the goals, whether it's, personal fitness, physical health, it's mental health, it's, spiritually, it's everything. I want to make sure that Jade and I are in a position where we're going to be better in 2025 than we were in 2024. So it's something that we like to plan. We like to reflect on how did we do for 2024. We did this last year. How did we do? Did we come out everywhere that we wanted to be? Some things we did, some things we didn't. But let's take that same lens into 2025 and see what we can do better to help keep on trying to improve and get better.
You reflect on last year's goals in order to make New Year's goals.
Yeah, it makes some of it a little more feasible, too, because you're like, well, if I said I was going to go to the gym last year, and in February I didn't do any gym after that.
Well, then, technically you went to the gym if you went in the month of February.
Yes, then you need to reflect and make sure that you're still doing the right things.
Got it. All right, Frank, what about you and Kim? Do you guys make New Year's resolutions?
Well, I've heard that 2025 is the year of the retirement plan.
Oh, is it? FYI, everybody.
I just made it up, but what?
Well, you never know who it might be for. If 2025 might be a lot of our radio listeners' year.
Absolutely. In fact, I think that's why most people listen to this show is, they would like to retire at some point, and they would like to know if they're ready or not.
Yeah, obviously.
So, that's what we do here at A Better Way Financial. We help folks get ready for that retirement, and honestly, the sooner that they can do that, the better. And we also have folks that are in retirement. Yeah. That really haven't done any financial planning for retirement.
Right. It's amazing how people can cross over that line, but really they don't have an actual retirement plan in place.
Yeah. And what's so neat is we can help so many folks.
I know.
And sitting down, doing those financial plans, doing the retirement plans, showing them how they can save money on taxes, the whole thing. Yeah. For placing income, it just... when people walk out of here and they can truly get that difference, they can see, oh my goodness, I didn't realize I was in that good a position, or I didn't realize the position I was in, and to realize the things that they need to do to make it even better. It's like a light bulb goes off. And so many times we get to sit there with folks that didn't know that they could retire and be able to say, guess what? Yeah. You actually could retire and hit your goals right now. Yeah. And to see their faces, it's just an amazing experience. We're blessed with that.
I know you love serving folks all around the Lehigh Valley, thinking about goals that folks have and the idea of New Year's resolution. Actually, there was a survey done and people talking to Facebook about whether or not they make these resolutions or if they consider them just to be a waste of time. And here was the response.
I don't think you need a specific date to make a resolution.
Any change that you make should be like a lifelong thing.
People always have these unrealistic goals.
I might walk out of this place right now
That's it. So I think a resolution really is just not something that's realistic.
No, I'm not going to do it.
I never stick to them.
All of them failed.
I used to every year, like everybody else. I'm going to get thin. I'm going to do this. I'm going to eat right.
Guys, what I hear a lot of people talking about is maybe they did once make resolutions and over time they've stopped making them because they didn't really stick with them. And Frankie, you made a point earlier about the idea of you're a planner. And both of you guys constantly talk about the importance of having a plan in place because truly that's what helps people keep those goals or even just set a goal. Start by coming up with the plan so you know what the goal is. And I think for a lot of folks, they probably make too vague of a goal, right? Like, I'm going to get thin in 2025. It's like, no.
It's like, how are you going to measure that?
Right. Like, pick something. Say, I'm going to go to the gym twice a week in 2025. You know, I'm going to start this diet program. When it comes to financial plan, a lot of people probably bite off more than they can chew, get intimidated, and end up bailing. So rather than setting an all or nothing type resolution, some experts recommend setting smaller, more achievable goals like the ones we were talking about. So the question for you guys, for somebody listening to you on the radio right now who is saying, this is the year I want to get serious about my financial and retirement planning, what would you say the first step is and how big of a time commitment is it?
Well, the first step, it's very simple. It's just making a phone call saying, hey, I'm interested. I want to learn more. I want to see what I can do. Can I retire? You know, get some of those big questions answered and really make it less complicated. You know, come meet with us so that we can go over where you're at and just get to know you because ultimately we want to understand what are your goals? What do you want to do in your retirement? So it's a lot like the resolutions in the way that it's like, well, what do I want to be different in 2025? If you're already retired, well, can you live on more income? If you haven't retired yet, could this be the year financially that you're able to retire? Or if you're planning to retire in the future, what steps can we take to make sure that you can enjoy not only that retirement, but enjoy it right now?
Yeah.
Because we want to understand what are your goals, what is important to you, and then helping you to achieve those goals. So, you know, I just met with a couple last week and we were talking about what was their situation and what did they want to do. And we said by setting up the portfolio the right way, you're going to be able to spend an extra $3,700 per month in your retirement. And we said, well, what does that look like? What are you going to do with those extra funds? And they were telling me all these ideas that they had.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you don't even have to wait until retirement. You're still working another 2 years. Let's start that income now and let's see where it takes you. Let's see what goals you have and make it happen. I'm going to hold you accountable to it. I'm going to check back in 3 months and say, well, how are we at? Where are we at? You said you were going to take the kids skiing. Did you guys end up doing that? What does that look like? You wanted to go to a trip to Aruba. Are you guys have that booked yet? And just making sure that you're doing the things that you want to do even when you're working.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, retirement planning is not just about numbers. It's not just about finance. It's about finding what you're passionate about and helping you to be able to do that in your retirement.
You know, Frankie, you mentioned whether you're contemplating retirement or whether you're already in retirement. Well, guess what? We had a couple that came in last week. One of them was retired, and the other one was contemplating
Happens
retirement.
a lot, yeah.
It does. You know, they were both 65. He was retired, and she was still working as a nurse. I mean, we have so many wonderful nurses here in the Lehigh Valley.
Amazing people.
Yeah.
My wife's one.
Oh, shout out to all the nurses.
Yes. We love our nurses.
She's a pediatric one, too.
Wow.
Little kids.
Yeah.
Wonderful. But, you know, this couple was planning, well, she was planning on retiring this year, 2025. That's what she wanted to do.
Okay.
Like Dad said, that's the New Year's resolution for 2025, right? It's the year of the retirement plan.
That's right.
Making it a thing.
That's right. And they got a jump start. And so they were looking at, you know, what do they want to do? You know, when one of them's retired and the other one's not, I have to imagine that's like, you know, a little bit of jealousy sets in, you know, from the one who's not
for
retired.
the other to retire,
you know,
kicks in.
I want to enjoy this time too, you know. You know, this couple had 2 kids and 1 grandchild, and she certainly wanted to spend a little more time with that grandchild,
of course.
and with her husband, and start really enjoying what she's been working for all of these years. You know, we took a look at what they had. You know, they had a $24,000 a year pension plan, able to show them a little bit more, you know, by doing some Social Security planning. We made improvements to their portfolio. It showed them how the improvements in their portfolio, I mean, they had some stuff in there that wasn't really performing. We showed them how, hey, you change this to this, this to this, this to this. Their investments on average from the year 2000 would have averaged an extra $36,000 a year. Which is an incredible difference in portfolio returns. So these are things that would really help them to attain their goals. And their goal was to live on $80,000 a year after tax income, and have that income increase with inflation each and every year, and not have to worry about running out of money. If you have these same concerns, go to abetterwayfinancial.com and click on the Book a Time to Talk with Us button, and we can begin to have this conversation with you as well.
Thanks for listening to Empower Your Retirement with Frank and Frankie Guida. To learn more, visit abetterwayfinancial.com.
By contacting us, we'll review aspects of your retirement portfolio to include suggestions about how best to utilize estate, tax, and retirement planning strategies and other financial services, or if changing management styles is appropriate for your specific needs and objectives. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendations to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate, and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. A Better Way Financial is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any client experiences discussed during this show are unique to that client, and they are not meant to imply or suggest you will experience the same results. Advisory services offered through A Better Way Financial. Insurance offered through licensed professionals at A Better Way Financial. Pennsylvania Insurance License number 301779.